People always ask me the same question when they hear my story. How did you fall in love with your stepbrother? I never know how to answer, because the truth isn't sweet, or cute, or romantic. It's dark, messy, rotten under the surface. So if you're waiting for a happily ever after, you should click away, because I didn't just fall in love with my stepbrother. I fell in love with the boy who destroyed my family before I even knew his name. Yeah, I know how that sounds, but listen, you don't understand how charming he was, how he could walk into a room and instantly pull every atom of attention toward him, how he could make you feel chosen, like you were the only one he saw, even in a crowded hallway. I didn't know the truth then. I didn't know what he'd done. I didn't know he was the reason my father left, the reason my mother cried at night, the reason our family broke into sharp, jagged pieces. But secrets have a way of clawing themselves out of the dark. So here it is. Every ugly detail, every lie, every moment I ignored the warning signs just because his smile felt like an escape. This is the story of how I fell in love with my stepbrother, and how he destroyed me long before he ever kissed me. My name is Mara, and my family used to look perfect from the outside. Perfect house, perfect parents, perfect reputation. The kind of picture you'd frame and put on display in the hallway. That changed fast. It started when my mom remarried. Her new husband, Daniel, was quiet, polite, the type of guy who oversmiled during small talk. Something about him always felt rehearsed, but my mom was happy for the first time in years, so I kept my opinions to myself. Along with Daniel came him, Elias, my stepbrother, the boy who would ruin everything. I didn't know any of this when we met. Of course not. Back then, I only knew what he allowed me to see. When I first saw him, he was sitting on the back steps of our new house, hoodie up, thumb tracing the edge of a cigarette he didn't actually smoke. He looked like a warning label, the kind girls write poems about, danger in human form. I should have walked away, but I didn't. He lifted his eyes, and they were this strange mix of soft and sharp, like he noticed everything but touched nothing. "You must be Mara," he said, voice low. "How'd you know?" He smirked. "You look like you hate being here." I blinked. He wasn't wrong. He scooted over, patting the step. "Come on, sit. We're family now, apparently." I sat. And from that moment forward, we kept sitting together. On the steps, the porch, the quiet corners of our blended home. He made jokes no one else understood. He listened like he actually cared. He asked the right questions. And piece by piece, he became the only person I trusted. I didn't realize he'd chosen me for a reason. I didn't realize what he'd already done to my family long before we met. I didn't realize I was falling for a lie wearing a half smile. Living with Elias was like having a storm cloud that followed you but never rained. He was unpredictable, quiet, then explosive, distant, then suddenly too close. But God, he made me feel alive. He noticed everything. How I tapped my fingers when anxious, how I flinched when my mom mentioned my dad, how I pretended I was fine even when I wasn't. One night, under that all-too-familiar porch light, he said, "You don't have to act around me." The way he said it, it felt like someone had finally cracked my ribs open. So I opened up to him. Too much, probably, and he opened up too. Or so I thought. He told me about his childhood, how his mother died young, how he bounced between foster homes, how my stepfather rescued him. He said he didn't trust easily, but he trusted me. You have to understand, when someone broken tells you they trust you, it hits different. It feels like destiny, like you're meant to fix each other. So when the tension between us grew into something worse, something too big to ignore, I gave in. We weren't supposed to feel that way. Not as step-siblings, not under the same roof, not with all the unspoken rules. But we did, and we didn't stop. The first betrayal. It happened on a Friday. My mom was out of town. Daniel was working late. Elias and I were alone. We watched a movie, but neither of us cared about it. Every glance lingered too long. Every accidental touch stung like heat. Then halfway through, he leaned in and kissed me. And I swear, my entire life reset. Like I'd been breathing wrong until that moment. We kissed again, and again, and again. It felt right. It felt inevitable. But the moment the door opened, the moment Daniel walked in unexpectedly, Elias shoved me away. Hard. I stumbled, confused, hurt. He switched instantly. Back to cold. Back to unreadable. Daniel didn't notice anything, but I did. The panic in Elias's eyes wasn't about getting caught kissing me. It was about getting caught with me, as if I was something forbidden, not because of morality, but because of a secret I didn't know yet. Over the next few weeks, everything shifted. Daniel became strict. My mom became distant. Elias became colder, moodier, disappearing for hours. Then one night, I heard yelling downstairs. I crept halfway down the staircase and froze when I heard Daniel shout, "You promised you'd never tell her." Elias snapped back, "You can't hide it forever. She deserves the truth." My heart hammered. Deserves the truth about what? Before I could hear more, Elias stormed out of the house, slamming the door so hard the walls trembled. Daniel looked up the stairs, and his face changed when he saw me. Not angry, not annoyed, scared, and that terrified me more than anything. Then the second betrayal was the lie that broke everything. I confronted Elias the next morning. "What's going on? What truth were you talking about?" He stared at me for a long time. Then he said the one thing I didn't expect. "It's not my secret to tell." That sentence ruined me. Because you don't say that unless the secret is big, life-changing, dangerous. I pushed harder. He shut down completely. Every answer was a half-truth. Every gaze avoided. Every moment between us suffocating. He was hiding something huge, something about my family, something that involved him, and it scared him, which meant it should have scared me. I found out the truth by accident. It was 2:13 a.m. I remember the exact minute because the clock in the hallway always ticked too loudly at night. I couldn't sleep. Elias wasn't in his room, Daniel wasn't home. So I walked downstairs and heard voices in the garage. I pressed my ear against the door. "Daniel, she can never know what you did." Elias, "I was a kid. I didn't mean for it to go that far." Daniel, "Intentions don't matter. Your choices destroyed her family." Destroyed her family. My blood turned to ice. Daniel continued, "If she finds out the truth about your involvement, she'll never look at you again." Elias's voice cracked. "I know." I opened the door. They both froze. Daniel's face drained of color. Elias stared at me like I was a ghost. "What did you do?" I whispered. Elias tried to reach for me. I stepped back. "Tell me the truth," and I said, "Right now." He swallowed hard. Then he told me. The truth about my family years ago. Before my parents divorced, before my life imploded, my father disappeared. No note, no goodbye, just gone. Everyone told me he left us, abandoned us, stopped caring. But that wasn't the truth. Elias was. When Elias was 13, living in one of his foster homes, he and some older boys broke into a warehouse looking for copper wire to sell. Typical stupid kid stuff, except the warehouse belonged to my father's company. My father confronted them, tried to stop the break-in. The boys panicked. Someone pushed him. He fell, hit his head. He didn't die, but the injury destroyed his memory, his ability to work, his entire life. He ended up living in a long-term care facility under a different ID because no one could identify him after his head trauma. And the reason the police never connected the break-in to Elias? Because Daniel, his future adoptive father, covered it up, paid people, moved him to a new home, wiped the reports, then years later, married my mom, bringing the cause of her heartbreak into her house as a son. Elias looked at me with tears in his eyes. "I never meant to hurt him. I didn't even know who he was. I was just a stupid kid. I'm sorry, Mara. I'm so sorry." My world shattered. The boy I trusted, the boy I kissed, the boy I fell for, was the reason my father disappeared from my life, the reason my parents split, the reason my mom cried at night, the reason the police never found answers. Everything connected, every fight, every missing piece, every lie. And he stood there waiting for forgiveness as if the truth didn't already poison every memory we shared. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just whispered, "You destroyed my family." After that night, everything changed. I moved out, stopped speaking to Daniel, stopped looking at Elias, even when he begged. My mom learned the truth later. the full truth, and it broke her, but healing starts with knowing. As for Elias, he tried to apologize, again and again. Notes, texts, standing outside my college dorm in the rain. He told me he loved me, but love doesn't erase the past. Love can't fix the fractures you caused. And I refused to let my heart rewrite history just because he was broken too. Eventually, he stopped trying. He went quiet. Last I heard, he moved 3 states away. 3 years after everything, I got a letter from the care facility where they found my father. He remembered something, a name, not Elias's, not Daniel's, mine. Mara, the first memory he recovered, was me. They allowed him to send a message, handwritten and shaky, "I'm coming home. My father is alive, healing, and he wants to see me. So yes, my stepbrother destroyed my family, but he didn't destroy me, not permanently, because the truth finally came out, and I'm rebuilding, slowly, painfully, honestly." Final line. I fell in love with my stepbrother, but in the end, the truth mattered more than the pieces of my heart he left behind.